Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah's peace and blessing be upon all of us from the Almighty Himself. And may Allah, the Almighty, guide us to the right path, the path of the great prophets. Muhammad is the leader of all the prophets and all the previous prophets before him. There is a path for the entire prophets, and that great path is Islam. Islam is the greatest path ever, the greatest constitution ever, and the greatest way of life ever. It is for your daily life as well as for your society life and your social life. It is for your business life, and it is for communication and the life in communication. My dear brothers and friends all over the world, I know that it is an occasion for Muslims. Fasting is an occasion for Muslims. But Allah the Almighty had said that kutiba alaykum as-siyam. Fasting had been prescribed unto you as it has been prescribed on nations and people before you for a very single reason, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. So that you might be able to become righteous, pious, God-fearing. What does that mean? The word piety in Islam is a comprehensive word. It has a comprehensive meaning. It means to put a protection between you and all the evil things. It is a practice where you protect yourself against all isms, all harms, all bad and evil things. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. You might become pious people. The Prophet, once peace be upon him, said, التقوى ها هنا التقوى ها هنا التقوى ها هنا. He pointed to his heart, peace be upon him, and he said, piety dwells right inside the chest, inside the heart. And luckily, the modern science is still discovering that the actual sense for the human being, the actual place for the greatest emotions is the heart, is not the mind only. Therefore, when you get really closer to Allah and you practice piety, what is piety? Piety is to set up a wall, a barrier between you and sins. To set up a wall between you and evil ideas. Islam doesn't treat, and fasting doesn't treat symptoms. It treats the core of the cause of the disease. When you train yourself to be a pious person, it is something trainable. It's a concept that you can train yourself on it. It is a concept that you develop in yourself, develop in your mind, develop in your life, and feel it. You feel it. You feel it. You know, a scholar once was tempted to do something evil. And very simple practice. He addressed himself and he said, listen, there is a fire that had been lit for 1,000 years until it became red, and 1,000 years until it became white, and when 1,000 years until it became black. You cannot see your finger even if you put it in front of your eyes. Do you think we will be able to afford, we will be able to live through that fire? By Allah, not. By the Almighty, not. So he said, well, let me test myself. I want to test myself. So he got a candle, one candle. He lit it up. He put it. And he said, let me see how much I can stand the heat of one candle. So he lit it and he put his index finger in it. Less than seconds, he pulled it away. What happened? It burned him. He said, no, maybe this is a false feeling. Let me put the middle one. Let me put the third finger, the ring finger. Let me put the little finger. Let me put the thumb. And with all his trials, there was failure. He said, my goodness, how I can afford the greatest fire, that is the fire of hell, and to live in it, to stay in it, to remain in it, where the skin peels off, burns and peels off, and Allah the Almighty gives a new skin to the people in the fire of hell. A new skin, a new skin, a new skin, and that is a continuous process. If they cannot afford one single candle fire. My dear viewers and my dear listeners all over the world, this is a test. Test yourself. Can you put your finger, one finger, in the fire of one candle, and you can wait? Can you count to 10? Can you count to 100? And lesser and lesser? If you cannot, then put a barrier between you and the fire of hell. Put a wall between you and the fire of hell. That is the act of piety. And that's what Allah aims to teach us. He teaches us good things, righteous things. He teaches us piety, righteousness. He teaches us how to apply ourselves, how to be patient during the time of crisis, how to be happy during the time of happiness, how to be patient when we are hungry, how we will be patient during the time of poverty, fatigue, illness, and there is no other way to learn how to practice all these things without fasting. My dear viewers, try to practice piety. Piety is the name of the game. It is the name of every good thing in life. With this, I bid you farewell. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.